Glad to have you with us from the Palouse, Pullman, Washington, and Martin Stadium. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Oregon State Beavers and the Washington State Cougars. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
I caught up with the Oregon State head coach before the game. They are so excited about how they've been able to prove everybody wrong. What they accomplished last week has pushed them into the conversation. And now they've got to prove that they can be even better. He said, I felt like that was our most complete game of the season, but we've got more to give. We'll see how they get off to a quick start today to prove that to the nation. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ready to fire from the pistol. Quick handoff. Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And, man, we've all experienced these rivalry games and how much fun they are. And this offense had a lot of fun a year ago, right? Like, they dominated this rivalry. They've been kind of hot coming in. And I really look forward to seeing this running back. Can he be physical? Because you know the anger, the animosity, all the stuff that comes with these rivalry games, you need your running back to set the tone and have a great game.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
And the Cougars, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Quarterback changing the play. Fresh center downs going to the air. Firing for the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars! How about that shot into the end zone? And he makes the grab for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the first. Oh, and the extra point is blocked. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. On the return, it's Hampton. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. From the gun, it's McMillan. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. Guys, let's talk for just a minute about Oregon State. They've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is now, can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45 a lot of times. So many people close together, so earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game. And so far, they've taken him away.
Got his man on the outside. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Some misdirection with the counter. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Always a positive to put up early points, and they'll try to add to this 6-0 edge. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Second down to the air. Left side is Clemens. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Right side, it's Freeman. Makes a grab and room to run. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
And that was a play that was designed to simply pick up the first down, right? 3rd and short, it's a short throw. You're just trying to get it to the sticks. But what a great individual effort by the receiver that time, turning once he has the football, and he's getting extra yards. That ends up being a big-time play for the offense.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. This time they'll throw it. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
Out wide left, it's Clemens. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars!
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They've got to shore up their play in the back half.
Deep in the end zone, it's Hampton. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Dropping back, it's Murphy. Left side is Nolan. Breaks into the open. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Might as well give it to him again. Turns it on in midfield. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Man, that's their third straight first down on 3 straight plays. So this offense in a groove, in a rhythm, doing what they want to do. This defense has to find something fast, man. Like, you can't keep giving up first down after first down. They got to find something to put a little bit of pressure on them and make them feel uncomfortable.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Brings up second down.
We've come to the end of the period, and Washington State is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I think out routes are solely about timing because that wide receiver is going to get to a point and break it off straight to the sidelines. And you could just tell he put too much mustard on it and just led him a little bit too far.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Sets his feet. It's Murphy. Throws to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Hampton. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Turning it on. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
And the Beavers are threatening on 1st and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Beavers! Into the end zone for 6. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
13, Oregon State, 7.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Washington State ready to get things going now as the offense takes the field. With the last drive in for a touchdown, they'll try to do it again on this one. They'll leave it with the lone back. At the 35, he's open. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes.
Going downfield for the big play. He's got it inside the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. A first down run in the red zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cougars. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit over. Oh, they block it. Now he can return this. He takes it all the way back for the 2.
How about the job by this field goal block unit? They didn't take the play off. They get penetration, get their hands in the air. You never know what's going to happen. It takes a good bounce. Next thing you know, you're scooping it up. You're taking it the other way and putting 2 points on the scoreboard.
He'll bring it out. It's Hampton. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Beaver offense ready to go. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Quick give. It's McMillan. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
He'll pull it down. Goes high to pull it in. All the way down inside the 15, but we see a marker on the field. And so a huge gain is negated by an illegal forward pass. The Beavers will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll ride him again. He's got enough. There he goes. Tap. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. He's racked up 92 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. Washington State will come to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Trying to barge in. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. Trying to pound it in. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off. The Beavers using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Just drives it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw. It's Murphy. Oh, pressure's coming. Back open in the middle. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. The hurry up now. 2nd down. Clock ticking. Here's the snap. Itching to fire downfield. Quickly to the tight end. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Looking to throw for it. Left side, it's McMillan. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. 1st downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Under pressure. Out wide right, it's Hampton. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
This one's complete. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo.
214 close. 214 close.
Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Fires to the wideout. Snagged in the middle, it's Hampton. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fresh set of downs going up top. Unloads to the wideout. He caught it. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. DB's right up on the receivers. Wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
The textbook how you end a first half. You're trailing. You need to put a drive together. Great job using all of the clock, getting the TD, and you want to talk about creating some momentum going into the half and knowing I get the football, so everything trending in the right direction.
And he makes the extra point.
Number 38 is set to kick this one away.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Just enough time for one final play in this half. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Wants to throw one first. Rushes on. And down he goes. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. Let's start with Texas, taking on the #1 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's the Longhorns, with one of the biggest wins in program history, taking down the #1 team in the country. And it's 3 straight victories for this team as they start to get hot. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Finds his big tight end. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. The run inside. It's McMillan. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Hires on the move. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nab them for the defensive holding penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Sets his feet. It's Murphy. Look out! Still looking. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He lobs one high down the left side. Running free. Touchdown, Beavers! They looked finished, but they weren't. Still fighting, and we're locked up.
And just a really nice throw. Really good touch towards the sideline on that corner route, and the receiver does a nice job catching the football and immediately getting up the field, getting in the end zone for the big touchdown.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes courtesy of an explosive play in the passing game from 60 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. He's dropped.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Right back to it. They were all over it.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. He's got it. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Drops back on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Oh, it's a fumble. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? Washington State going back to work on 1st down. Fresh center downs going to the air. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
2nd and long here. Takes a handoff. It's Voorhees. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? The Cougars in the hurry-up. Run in the red zone. It's Voorhees. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
And I think this is starting to get really frustrating for this defense, man. This is a drive that they're putting play after play together, and you finally force the 3rd down, and they get the 1st down again. And so starting to sub some bodies because they're getting a little bit tired. They've got to find a way to get a 3rd down stop.
They've been great on 3rd down. Now to finish the deal on 1st and goal. They'll move the tight end. A good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Slams ahead. Touchdown, WSU! And they've moved out front here in the fourth. Going for two here to try to make the lead 7. They'll go to the air. Makes the catch. The two-point conversion is good. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. And now this offense needs a late fourth quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. On the move, he fires. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Wart's ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking to pass. It's Murphy. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man all alone.
That is a beautiful throw. We were all talking coming into this game. We weren't sure if anyone was going to be able to complete a pass because of these conditions. And as a quarterback, when you're throwing in the snow, the ball's slick. Anyone running a route, it's hard to get in and out of breaks. But those two guys were on the same page right there, coming up with a huge play in the inclement weather.
The Beavers with the 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Nolan. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Oh, look out on the right. He is in. Touchdown, Oregon State.
Well, they came into this one as the favorite, obviously, and they looked like they were sleepwalking in that first half. Whatever adjustments they made in the second half, I think one thing's pretty simple. David, they remembered who they were. Offensively now, they've come out. They've been electrifying. They've been lighting up the scoreboard. Defensively, getting the football back. This was the team we thought we were going to see at the very start of the game.
Man, it's so hard week to week, man. So many challenges, injuries, all the things that come with it, and getting guys motivated, right? Like sometimes they just don't have that energy. Good to see them come out after the half with the energy, with the urgency. This is the squad we thought we were going to see.
The lone back's got it. Looking for a crease.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Keep it on the ground. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Washington State lines up quickly. Trying to slip through and pick it up. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Quarterback will keep it. On his feet at the 40. Oh, he's got some space. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time. 4th and short, ball right at midfield. It at least crossed my mind. Maybe they'll try to draw them offside.
It might have crossed your mind, but did it ever cross your mind not to go for this?
No. They'll run it. Here's a little room there. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a 1st down in the red zone. He's piled up 112 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. The Cougars pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They're going to ride this running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Whistle blows, clock stopped, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the 1st without scoring. He's changing the play. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Touchdown, Washington State. They move on top here in the 4th.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one match.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Hampton. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Rush right in his face. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Long way to go on second down. He's looking to pass. Right side, it's Nolan. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. They pretty much have to keep the offense on the field, and they'll get right to the line of scrimmage. Snapped on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only 1 possession on 4th down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a 1st down in the red zone.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the 4th quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
22.
Trying to run, it's Voorhees. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. The Beavers using their 1st timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Washington State has the clock on its side, and they'll try to use every tick. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Timeout is called, and that will be the 2nd charge to Oregon State. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. They give it to him again. Dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. Oregon State will use its final timeout here. And they've used their last timeout, and now the offense can start burning the clock. And he got it! And that lead grows even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Out wide left, it's McMillan. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Here comes the heat. He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Just over 20 seconds to play. They must recover this onside kick to have a chance. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and